everyone.
Hey, and welcome to After Hours here at Linda's Electric Quilters.
Yay, I'm so excited.
See, there's the whoop. We've been waiting for a yay or a whoop. That's good. We have got a fun, easy, simple, and fast project planned out for you this evening. It's going to go quick. I said fast, but it's going to go quick.
And everybody's going to want to do this. It is super fun. You're going to want to have this on hand for you to play. I mean, me and Corey were having tons of fun playing it with the kids, the grandkids. It's super fun. So I can't wait to show them.
Oh, you're telling them with the kids and the grandkids. I was like, we don't have kids and grandkids. All right, let's go over ahead and take a look at it. We are going to be working on this TIC TAC TOE board that we have. We have the pattern available on our website for digital download for a computerized machine.
Yep, any computerized machine.
Any computerized machine, we have the formats available. But it's going to give you the board along with the individual letters. And this board and the letters have additional stitching all the way around. The board goes 5 times and so does the letters. So all you have to do is just cut it and go. Yep. If you want to bind it, cool, but you do not have to. You can cut it and go. What's another thing that's in this that's super duper fun? So
basically it's a soft and stable that we carry. So we have the black available, and it's like a foam. So you use it to make like purses, anything flat, and we're like, you know what? Why not make like a game out of it?
Yeah.
And so, or we have like the off-white color. So depending on the color of fabric you're using, might be what you choose. We sell it by the half yard, so that way you just buy a half yard and you can make a couple games out of that.
Yeah, with that half yard, you could get approximately 2 games of this out of it. You could probably squeeze and get 3, but we're gonna set you an approximate 2
with a mini tic-tac-toe.
Exactly, with a mini tic-tac-toe.
But I mean, great for traveling, for the you know, in the back of the car for the kids.
Well, yeah, with that soft and stable, it keeps it nice and flat.
Exactly.
So it's easy to work with.
So what he was saying, how it wraps around 5 times, he actually already has that digitized into the pattern for you. There's nothing you have to do. You just hit and go, and it's going to do the 5 things. It's just going to do it all. We watched it yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's super cool, and it's super fast. And you cut it out, and you're good to go.
And the best part about it is we're going to let you see it tonight as well.
Yep, let's
go.
So
let's head over to the machine and take a look at setup, because setup is important on how you do it. So let's head over there. Okay, so over here at Maya Nova, I've got the pattern pulled up, and like Diana said, we have digitized it to have the multiple layers of overstitching around the letters and around the board. So with this one, the way we're going to do it is I'm going to have the letters 1 color of fabric, and I'm going to have the board 1 color of fabric. So I'll show you how setup works on that. I do want to give you an overall size on this when you're trying to figure out your fabric dimensions. So this one comes in at about 28 by 12. So I have a 30 by 30 backing piece of scrap fabric that I've got, and we're going to have the same backing for both of these pieces, just different top colors. So let me show you how I set that up. So let's go over to the fabric, and right now we've got that regular backing piece on. I want to take my soft and stable, put that on, and I'm using black, soft and stable. It gives it a little bit of a better finished edge with these darker color fabrics. And then I want to have a red board, and I want to do black letters. But I want to see exactly where I need to line that up so I'm not wasting fabric. So what I'm going to do, looking back at my computer screen, I'm going to take my machine and put it onto my fabric, and I'm going to follow my vertical crosshair, try to get it in the center of the letters and the board, and then I'm just going to go up so it's out of the way. So now that I've got it more or less centered, I'm going to now look back at my fabric, and I can take my red side, which is the side I want for my board, and line that up with the foot that I've got here. It doesn't have to be perfect, just on there. And then I can take the black piece for the letters that I've got and put that on the other side. And that's going to give me good lineup for these pieces. Now, you don't have to, however, I would strongly recommend, you can even see what's happening here, I would strongly recommend tacking down this fabric with a basting stitch, so when it's stitching it's not unevenly pulling or it's not flipping over on itself. So I'm just going to go into my basting mode and just do a random basting stitch. Doesn't have to be anything perfect, doesn't have to be perfectly straight or anything like that. This is all about fast and easy. We're just getting it on here. So I'm just going to tack this down. Use my fingers to make sure the fabric stays flat. You can already see the puckering here, so that's what would happen with this fabric if we didn't tack it down to begin with. I'm going to bounce right over, and then I'm going to do my other side.
I love how you use the crosshairs to find that center though, instead of having to measure and just throw it on and do the
Oh yeah, we're not about measuring here. We just go with it. Even sometimes when I have to, I don't, which I probably should, but that's for another video. So then I'm just going to tack down the sides, and I'm just going to tack down the whole piece, and what I mean by that is once I get down to my bottom portion, I am going to come on over, and then I'm going to go back up my red piece. Now if you have one solid piece of fabric, you only have to go all the way around, but I do want to tack these individually because they're going to pull at different rates. And what I mean by that is the left side is going to have a little bit more pull than the right because of the amount of stitching on the left side because of the letters. So we're just tacking down this quickly as we go, and back this way. So then we will head up this, just like that. And then I will, no need to do any tie-offs or anything like that. I'll stop and pull up my thread. I'll even go off to the side here to make it even easier. Just like that. And then we can get to stitching the rest of the fabric, or the rest of the pattern. I am doing this at 14 stitches per inch, even though we have programmed in all that overstitching. Having a little bit of a tighter stitch will help keep things together when you're just cutting it if you don't plan on doing any binding. So I will start up the machine. Dun, da, da, da. And it's going to go to its first little section. And I'm going to pull up my bobbin thread. And I will start the stitching process. And as you can see, it's just going over and over and over and over all of those. The pattern has jump stitches built into it, but depending on your machine, it will probably pause before it goes to each letter unless you change that setting. I'm a little bit of a control person when it comes to that. I like the machine to pause so I can make sure everything's in the right alignment before it moves on to the next section. It's going to go in here to the center now. All these little jump threads, don't worry about those. We can cut those off later. No big deal. We just want to keep this thing going. All right, so finishing up the letters.
Look at those crosshairs. They worked out perfectly.
Oh, yeah. You got a little nervous how close it was getting. I told you, you got to trust the crosshairs. Trust the crosshairs. All right, so we're going to pull up our thread real quick so we don't have a long jump to the board. We'll trim our threads, and then I'm going to jump on over to the board and pull up the thread here. And this big amount of overstitching that it does, it kind of makes it look like jean stitch on the letters.
Yeah, it does.
It looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we'll get it started up with a little bit of a tie off, and then it's off to what it needs to do. So you were talking about, while the letters were stitching, about how many you could fit across a whole thing if you want to do a bunch of these at one time.
Exactly. We were thinking probably 4, right?
I'm thinking 4 comfortably. You could probably squeeze 5 if you were really feeling crazy.
You have a mini tic-tac-toe on the 5.
Mini tic-tac-toe on the 5. But you could, put out a bunch of these game boards at one time for quick gifts, or just, gifts to store away. So when you have that, oh my gosh, I need to get a gift.
Yeah.
Just pull it out of the closet, you're ready to go.
I know, right?
Also, if you have the Anova M28, it's got 25 inches of quilting area.
Oh, that's right.
So this board is only 12 inches tall.
Okay.
You could stack 2 of these at one time,
and
then get 8 done at one time.
Okay.
On a 12-foot table.
On a 12-foot, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Those would be quick, easy gifts.
I'm telling you.
Well, yeah, that's awesome.
I love a quick, easy gift.
Yeah.
Saves me from having to go to the store and buy a candle.
Well, and it's good for any age. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's because it's foam. You could package it so cute too. You can wrap it up, little bow, little
ribbon. Yeah, get some ribbon on sale at the store.
Know, right?
Call it a day. So yeah, all sorts of different things that you can accomplish with this, and it's like you said, great for all ages. Ryan and I were playing this together in your office yesterday when you were in a meeting. I was like, Ryan, let's play tic tac toe. At 18, he was like, sure. He's 18, right?
17.
Oh gosh.
18 in December.
I'm aging myself.
So I love how, I mean, as it goes around and then it's securing, like we were talking about earlier, how it makes it so you don't have to bind, because who wants to bind if you don't have to?
I don't want to bind. I don't like binding. You know how many quilts I have at home that need to be bound? They're done, but they need to be bound.
They can definitely be bound, or you can definitely put a pretty edge on it if you wanted to, but you don't have to. That's why you program the pattern to do the
all that overstitching.
Overstitching. So the end user doesn't have to do anything but hit go, because you've already programmed the pattern to do that.
Right. One thing I would note, if you do want to bind this, my hat goes off to you. However, give yourself a little bit of extra room on the outside for that bind, because if you bind it according to the side of the board, you're going to go into the playing squares.
Yeah, of course.
So give yourself a little bit of outside edging to do that. And make sure you kind of measure that out when you're laying your fabric strips up there to make sure you have enough to account for that. You don't want to go all the way to the edge and then have nothing.
Good tip, good tip.
So always look out for that. All right, so it's rolling up to the end here. So it's going to do its tie-offs. I will pull up. It even cheered me on. I'll pull up my bobbin thread. Trim that away. And then we will head back to the studio and show you how to trim it out. All righty. So this is what we've got. It's a little upside down right now for y'all, but that's so we could look at this. So you're just going to grab some curved tip tweezers, really help out for this process, and you'll see that you're just going to trim these threads all the way across as you work, and that's just your easiest way to get them out to go to the next
and we
portion.
sell these curved tip tweezers on our website. We also sell the soft and stable. And of course the thread we used.
Yeah.
And the fabric.
And the fabric, kind of everything. Yep. So from there, take some good scissors and just begin your trim process. I cut all these individual letters out before I started just to make it a little bit easier.
It's easier to hold that way.
Easier to hold this way. You can also, once you're doing this, take this out, hop on the couch, throw on some TV. And just cut these out while something's playing.
Exactly.
But you're just going to work your way around. And again, get really close to the edge, but of course not right on it. And we'll just work our way around. I feel like I cut these better when no one's watching me.
Right.
But it's fine. People are watching. It's good.
Well, I think they know how to cut. We gave them the good idea.
It's the idea around it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just have to cut right up next to it. No extra binding needed. Just like that. So you'd trim out all your letters, you would trim out the outside of your board, and you'd have a little game ready to go.
I think we should play a game on the way out.
You want to play a game?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lanta. Last time we played something, I lost.
Oh, you'll be okay.
All right, let me set this gracefully off to the side.
All righty.
There we go.
X's or O's?
I'll be X's.
Okay.
All right, so who goes first? Ladies first? Okay, go ahead.
Super fun. So super easy. I mean, I love that it's fabric. You can wash it, take care of it. The kids can have fun with it for years to come. You can have fun with it for years to come.
I don't think anybody's going to win this game.
Or you just are lucked, and it's okay.
But just the fun part between it that you can easily play those games and go on from there. So do you want to play another one?
Yeah, let's play one more on the way out.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it. Hope you liked tonight's video on how to... Did you already win?
No.
Oh. There we go. Hope you liked tonight's video. If you just won, dang it. I'm trying to focus. I know. Hope you liked tonight's video on the X's and O's, the Tic Tac board. The pattern is available on our website, longarmsupplies.net. Yep. Available on all computerized downloads.
Yep. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. And if you love the video, share it with a friend.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.